Housing landscape, challenges for Cozumel in 2024. Cozumel, December 14, 2023. The construction sector in Quintana Roo foresees a considerable increase in housing costs for the next year, anticipating increments of 18% and 22% in the prices of social interest and mid-level housing constructions, respectively. This increase, primarily attributed to the rise in material prices and labor costs, will impact both residents and those seeking to establish themselves in the region, whether to buy or rent a property. The National Housing Chamber warns of an increase in demand for homes in Quintana Roo, driven by opportunities arising from the Tren Maya. However, it is emphasized that not everyone will be able to access homeownership, despite the growth in demand. While there is an extensive portfolio of real estate investment projects geared towards the tourism sector and high purchasing power in the region, the construction sector for the working class tells a different story. Rents in areas linked to the construction of the Tren Maya have experienced significant increases, exceeding 100% in recent months, generating an impact on housing costs in the region. In the Mexican Caribbean, construction costs per square meter are projected at 6,896 pesos, or $405 for social interest housing, estimated to increase to 9,281 pesos, or $545 for private projects up to 70 square meters supervised by an architect or engineer. For mid-range housing, the current cost is 14,583 pesos, or $858, representing an increase from the previous year, which was close to 11,000 pesos, or $647. Quintana Roo ranks as the sixth most expensive entity in the country to build a home, attributed to projections of an increase in materials and labor costs. Although an increase is expected, this is considerably less than that reported in 2017 when construction costs for social housing increased by 26% and mid-range housing by 31%. Nationally, the index of the Federal Mortgage Society, SHF, reflects an increase of 10.4% in housing prices compared to the same period the previous year. This increase surpasses the variation of 8.1% recorded in the same period of 2022 and the national average of 11.2%. In the state context, Quintana Roo presents the second highest increase in housing prices, with 16% more in the period from September to November 2023, only surpassed by Baja California Sur, which reported an increase of 17.9%. The National Chamber of the Housing Industry and Development, CANADEVI, in Quintana Roo is seeking agreements with the 11 municipalities in the entity to offer social interest housing below 700,000 pesos to beneficiaries of the National Workers' Housing Fund Institute, Infonavit. In parallel, speaking about the number of immigrants in Mexico, which has reached 1,197,624 people, representing 0.94% of the population. The United States leads as the main source of immigrants, 66.74%, followed by Venezuela, 5.88%, and Guatemala, 3.87%. Americans choose Mexico for various economic advantages, quality of life, medical services, and other factors. 2024 presents itself as a challenging year for the housing sector in Mexico, not only due to the mentioned aspects but also because of presidential elections, increasing inflation, and issues of irregular migration from various parts of the Caribbean, South America, and even places like Asia. In Cozumel, in addition to these challenges, there is an observation of a concentration of real estate developments geared towards investment and tourist rentals. The lack of subsidy for affordable housing construction has been limiting social interest housing options. The increase in material costs, accentuated by transportation expenses from the continent, also directly impacts the real estate dynamics of the island. Silvestre Muniz, representative of union associations in Cozumel, has pointed out these increases and expects a reassessment of labor costs in the construction sector by year-end. This panorama demands attention and adaptability from residents, foreign visitors, and local inhabitants. Collaboration between sectors and the adoption of sustainable strategies are essential to face these challenges and build an equitable and prosperous future in Cozumel. As residents and stakeholders in the destination of Cozumel, it is crucial to stay informed about these changes and contribute to building a fair and sustainable housing environment on the island. With everyone's collaboration, we can overcome the challenges ahead and preserve the beauty and quality of life that make Cozumel a unique place in the Mexican Caribbean.